We're going to talk about the way in which we move an airplane in flight. Unlike your earthbound vehicle, an airplane can move in all three dimensions. This is accomplished by moving the control surfaces to change the airplane's attitude. There are three axes about which an aircraft moves: pitch, roll, and yaw.
An airplane is different than driving a car or any other type of land-based vehicle. The movement of airplanes is a three-dimensional problem. With land or ocean transportation, there are only two dimensions to worry about. The only exception would be a submarine, which moves three-dimensionally, like an airplane.
Pitch is the up and down movement of the nose. We can adjust the pitch of an aircraft by moving the control yoke forward and backward. Pulling back and forth in such a way moves the elevator, the horizontal hinge surface on the tail. Move the control yoke forward to lower the nose. Move it backward to raise it. An upward movement of the elevator causes the tail to be deflected downward, thus lifting the nose. A downward movement of the elevator raises the tail, thus lowering the nose. Pilots refer to this up or down movement of the nose as changing the aircraft's pitch attitude.
There are three main motions that an airplane pilot has to manage. There is the forward to backward rocking motion called the pitch. This is managed by elevators or flaps on the airplane's tail plane. The pilot uses the airplane's pitch to manage how high he wants to go. The second motion is called roll. Roll is when one wing of the aircraft rises while the other falls. To manage roll, the pilot raises or lowers the ailerons, or flaps on the wings. Pilots can turn the plane this way in a maneuver called banking. When a plane banks, it also loses some of its altitude.
If pitch is the up and down movement of the nose, yaw is the left and right movement of the nose. This is done with the rudder, the vertical hinge surface on the tail. When we step on the rudder pedals in the cockpit, it moves the rudder from side to side. Moving the rudder to the right deflects the tail to the left, thus causing the nose to swing to the right. A left deflected rudder does the opposite, and the nose goes left. This doesn't turn the airplane, it just moves the nose from side to side. This is helpful when turning the aircraft, however, to counteract what is called adverse yaw, or the tendency for the nose initially to swing out opposite the direction of the turn. Adverse yaw is an unavoidable side effect of using the ailerons. The downward deflected aileron on the wing outside of the turn drags that wing rearward. The pilot must use the rudder to compensate for this undesirable yaw.
The third main motion that an airplane makes is called yaw. Yaw is a horizontal motion when a plane twists to the left or to the right. Usually, a pilot wants to prevent yaw, and he uses the rudder on the tail to control that movement. But yaw can also change the direction of the plane, so it can be used to turn without losing any altitude. So these three basic movements are controlled using 5 different flaps on the plane's wings, tailplanes, and rudder. The pilot also has to worry about thrust from the engines. It's complicated and takes a lot of concentration. We should be happy to have good pilots who are well trained and serious about their job. That's what keeps us safe and makes air travel such a great way to get around.